Hello, Jay Bird here. I'd like to talk to you about the Southern Four-Wheel Drive Association Leadership Meeting. We've got a leadership meeting coming up. It's going to be Saturday, February the 8th at 9 o'clock in Tunnel Hill, Georgia, planned for all day. Now what I'd like to try to have people from there is at least a representative from one of all the active clubs. We've got a bunch of them. I'd love you to try to send a representative to the leadership meeting. Any vendors that are really active vendors, we've got a bunch of those that are wonderful support members. I'd love to have you there. Any other stakeholders, some OHV parks, anything like that, I would love to have you there because we want to talk about where we want to take Southern Four-Wheel Drive Association into the future. So let me explain kind of how I want the meeting going and ask your advice and some stuff as we get this meeting going. So it's going to be a working meeting. So I'm going to spend the first few minutes just giving you an overview of Southern, where we are. We kind of did all that at our December meeting, but we'll just update that just real briefly, not a lot. Then we'll go into some breakout sessions. Now what I mean by breakout sessions is we're going to have a lot of the board members help with this too. And we're going to have, groups of 5 to 6 people talking and going into detail on different subjects. Something like, for example, membership, education, events, communication, different things that we need to work on. All right. Those groups can then deep dive those subjects, right? So for example, let's take membership. All right. In membership, let's try to figure out let's deep dive that subject. Okay, for example, we've got 39 clubs in the Southern Four-Wheel Drive Association. Why not more? What about all these internet clubs that are popping up? I know just in my area, every single county has got a blank county Jeepers. All right. Why are they not members of Southern? Because they're losing trails just as fast as I am, because the same trails we ride on. We need to engage them. How do we engage them? Okay, why are they not members of Southern, or why do they not know about the Southern Four-Wheel Drive Association? But then there's also club parity. Like, for example, to be a club member, all you have to do is pay $250. That's for the entire club. But is it really fair? Think about this. So the Georgia Bounty Runners, my club, I'm past president of right now, is got about 80 members. It pays $250. Trick and Traction out of South Carolina has got 12 members. They still pay $250. Is that right? Is that fair? Years ago, I'm not saying one's right or wrong. We have to figure this out. Years ago, we had to pay $10 a member. So the GBR would pay, hundreds of dollars, and somebody else would just pay, $100. So I don't know if that's way much more accounting. And we really get most of our fundraising not from membership dues. That covers basically our administrative costs. But what we get most of our fundraising from the events. So these are just some things to try to hash out. That's just membership. I mean, we need to talk about education. We need to talk about, and all the different things. After we do that, we'll have a couple of different breakouts, and we'll do it at a couple of different times so people can do. So like if you're very wanting to go into detail about what we need to do with our events, or how we need to talk, do a better job with vendors, or how we need to do different things, we'll have those different breakouts, right? Afterwards, my plan is to come together as a group as a whole, share the big ideas that we've come with, stick them all up on the wall, and then we'll do one of these corporate brain things, cloud, whatever, where we try to figure out what we feel is the most important things to work on, because we can't work on everything. Because if you do it a shotgun approach, we're going to do we're going to do a half-ass job and not. So we got to focus on what we feel is the most important to focus on. We'll figure out what those are, and then figure out some specific action items to work on. And so we can put some teams together and say, okay, this is what we'd like to do. at our next meeting, let's come back with ideas and then try to figure out if that's what we want to implement and move forward from there. And I think that will just take Southern to the next level. I mean, we're good. We just need to get better. So to sum up, the leadership meeting is Saturday, February 8th, 9 o'clock, Tunnel Hill. I'll have the where and all that kind of stuff in the description and down below. Now, if you can't make it, try to send somebody. Or just make comments and what are the big topics, but what are the small things that we need to do to make ourselves better. Go ahead and comment. Be nice. I know we've got 3,000 members, so we've got lots of different opinions. It's okay to have a different opinion. Let's just try to figure out what we can do collectively to make Southern the best association we can and how we can better serve the clubs, how we can better serve the individuals, how we can keep the trails open, and what we can do to communicate that to people. So give me some ideas on the breakout sessions that we need. If you can't make it, give me some ideas of the topics that you want to discuss in the breakout session, and I'll see you at the leadership meeting. If not, I'll see you at the trails. Talk to you later.